Good evening, and welcome in to Tea with Lady DJ. Welcome in, welcome in. Good evening, good evening. Welcome in, welcome in. It is so nice of you guys to join me. Welcome in. I think we have another good subject to start on tonight. I am not going to keep you long, but do come in and join me, please. As you're coming in, get your daily heart needs and all of the points that you're supposed to have up there. Please, and if you feel led to gift me, I thank you in advance. I do. Do you see? I'm just chilling, right? I have some of the best jazz. It's just so relaxing. It's been a day. It's been a day. But I am so glad that you all decided to join me here as we broach a new subject matter. Your words. Come on in. And as you're coming in, as you are coming in, at the bottom of your screen, at the bottom of your phone, there's a little arrow that goes like that. If you would click that and share it in your stories, please, I would so appreciate it. That way you don't spend so much time, picking out who sent it to everyone. I thank you. I thank you. Thank you. As I say every time I come live, that I have absolutely some wonderful moderators. Absolutely wonderful moderators. And they know that I don't want anyone blocked. I don't. But they have permission to mute you if your chat is unbecoming and you're not being mindful. So, can you hear me okay? Let's see. Can you hear me okay? But welcome in. And as you're coming in, share this out, please. And I thank you in advance. Come on up to the front. And I've got some jazz just to bring you down from the day. Have you had a day? Tell me, have you had a day? And sometimes you just need a moment of silence, right? Come on in. And as you're coming in, those that have been with me for a while, my goal is always to get 20,000 likes. So if you come in and power tap right quick, we will have that 20,000 before you know it. Maybe even 30,000. So again, I'm going to thank you in advance, because then it helps me to get out into the FYP. That's what they said. I have no idea what that means, but let's get me out into the FYP, okay? So as you're coming in, get your power tap on, so that we can get started. Tonight is going to be short, because I just want to give you an introduction. I want to give you something to muse over until tomorrow. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so very much. That makes my heart smile. Thank you so very much for the follow. But tonight, we're just going to do the introduction to your words. And as I go, you're going to understand why I'm just saying your words. And prayerfully, you'll come back tomorrow and join me to get the rest of the story. But I don't want to hold you too long tonight. Most people are coming in from Bible study and probably a little tired. So I want to be mindful of your energy and your time, of your T. Do you remember what T acronym is? T is your time, your energy, and your attention. I want to be mindful of that because I am so very appreciative of you guys joining me tonight. I am. Thank you. So are you about ready? Okay, I see you all are tapping the screen. Thank you for tapping that screen. And let's get us up to 5,000. And then when we get to 5,000, I'm going to start because this is going to be a short night. So get me to that 20,000 like yesterday. Did you bring your tea? I have iced tea. I was going to have hot tea, but I still had some iced tea left. So that's what I have, iced tea. So I hope that you brought your tea in with you. And let's get those numbers up. Thank you so very much. Let me turn my music off. It is soothing though, isn't it? It puts you in the mood to just listen and relax. Take it in. Tonight, we're going to talk about your words. And you remember when I put up my advertisement, I put up something that caught my attention. And it said, healing, like to heal. Healing does not mean the damage never existed. It does mean the damage no longer controls you. Now just allow that to marinate for just a second. It doesn't mean that the damage never existed. No. It does mean that the damage no longer controls our lives. Each and every one of you that are sitting there or sitting out in the hall in the vestibule, or like me, have gone through some things, and life has been lifing. Life has and is lifing. We've gone through some things. And sometimes it can make us bitter, but it doesn't have to. It can make us bitter and make us make poor choices of words, poor word choices, poor attitudes, poor. So, if you have your Bible or you have it on your phone or somewhere close, if not, just someone pin this scripture in because this is going to be the foundation of where we're going. It's Proverbs 18:20, verse 21. Proverbs 18, verse 21. Can someone put that down in the chat for me? Proverbs 18, verse 21. I would certainly appreciate. Thank you. The tongue can bring death or life. Those who love to talk will reap the consequences. That's a whole lot, isn't it? The tongue, that little pink thing behind your nice white teeth, can bring death or life. Those who love to talk will reap the consequences. Let that one sit with healing does not mean. I want you to marinate on those two things. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is it Patrice? Thank you so much. Proverbs 18:21. Correct. And I just read that from the New Living Translation. Now, this is not just mere hyperbole, suggesting tangible control and authority. Your tongue holds creative and destructive forces. It holds creative and destructive forces. Your tongue. Yeah. So what does this mean practically? What does it mean? Words that bring death. And I'm just going to go through just a few. And have you ever spoke any of these? Gossip. That destroys reputations. Gossip. Because you know that old test game you used to play. I tell you something, and then you turn and tell the next person something. And does it ever start out? Does it ever stop like it started out? No, because everybody adds something to it. And they say, honey, I heard. Not knowing if any of it is valid, if there's any truth behind it. Gossip, that destroys reputations. Criticism, that crushes the spirit. It crushes the spirit. Has your spirit been crushed in your childhood? Mine has. And it took some time to get beyond it. Lies, they portray trust. Lies kills trust. Curses spoken over others or yourself. Have you ever said something about you? It was cruel, hard. I'm never going to get married. I'm not good enough for that job I wanted. I probably won't ever get it. You're speaking death over yourself. Discouragement, that extinguishes hope. It extinguishes hope. But what are the words that bring life? Encouragement that strengthens. Encouragement that strengthens. Truth spoken in love. Truth spoken in love. This is the biggest one for me. Truth spoken in love. How would you like if I told you truth with such a negative tone? How would that crush your spirit? Yeah. Discourage you? just when I was coming up, children can be so very cruel. They can be. Children can be so very cruel. And I was born with my gray patch. I was born gray. And it just got progressively to this, right? And kids made fun. And they said mean things because I'm dark and my gray hair. Oh my God. They could say such mean things. And I had to get beyond that. I had to get beyond it because I had to know truth. It was not truth. Wisdom that guides. So, my grandmothers gave me wisdom and she guided me. My mother did. Yeah. Affirmation that builds identity. Affirmation that builds identity. Can speak life. You can do this. I say, because I'm a first-time author, each one of you has a book inside of you. Each one of you has a book inside of you. Sit down with you. Sit down with quiet time. You have a book. Yeah, you do. Blessings that calls forth potential. Blessings that call forth potential. Those are good words. That's what good words, life words look like. And then the scripture said, those who love it will eat its fruit. So what does that mean? You cannot escape the consequences of how you use your tongue. You cannot escape the consequences of how you use your tongue. If you love speaking, meaning you use it frequently or carelessly, you will experience the results of your speech patterns. Because if you use it carelessly, I don't care how much you apologize, you cannot unring a bell. You can't do it. It is always in that person's head, what you said. It's a principle of spiritual sowing and reaping. Speak death, harvest destruction in your relationship and circumstances. Speak life and watch blessings multiply around you. Healing does not mean the damage never existed. Healing does not mean that the damage never existed. It does mean it no longer controls you. So what does that look like in a dating relationship? You know, and I don't have to regurgitate all that I've been through, but you know. So when you enter a dating relationship, both people bring their histories. Both parties bring their histories. Past betrayals, rejections, broken trust, family wounds. Healing means you have processed these experiences. Thank you so much. Thank you. Healing means you processed these experiences, but the fact that they happened has shaped you. The fact that they have indeed happened, it shapes you. Good evening. Good evening. So, just welcome in. So, you are not pretending to be undamaged. You're just acknowledging the scars exist, but refusing to let them dictate your present choices. That's what you're refusing to do. No longer controls you. Looks like in dating. No longer controls you. Looks like in dating. When it's unhealthy. When it is unhealthy. Punishing your current partner for what an ex did. You're punishing a current partner for what an ex did. Self-sabotaging when things get close because you expect abandonment. You expect it. Building walls so high that genuine intimacy becomes impossible. Projecting old narratives onto new situations. Using past hurts as an excuse to avoid vulnerability. Does that sound like you? Have you experienced that? And why did you experience it? Because you didn't take time to sit down and invest time and energy to heal from your past. It's a process. And you cannot allow your loins to dictate your better judgment. You cannot. Thank you, Estelle. Stella, thank you so much. You cannot allow your physical wants to overrule your mental, because you are just putting a Band-Aid on an open wound. It's just a Band-Aid. And if you take that Band-Aid off, it's down to the white meat. Hey, sugar, hi, Bam. Hey, how are you? It's down to the white meat because you have not taken time with you. So what does it look like? A healthy situation. A healthy situation says communicating openly. Communicating openly. I've been hurt before in this way, so I might need reassurance here. Everything is contingent on how you use your words. Your words, how you use your words. Recognizing when you are triggered and taking responsibility for your actions, your reactions. So you're triggered. Have you been taught how to capture that thought? Capture that thought, because that person may have said something that one of your other encounters who hurt you or failed you, whatever it may be, but they didn't do it. And because you don't know how to capture your thoughts that triggered you, then you let that pink thing behind your teeth set a forest on fire. It looks like giving your partner a fair chance rather than making them pay for someone else's sins. Giving your partner a fair chance rather than making them pay for someone else's sin. That's what I was just talking about. That person that you're with right now didn't do it. They did not do it. And because you have not spent enough time with you, and because you have not invested time in your healing, everyone is at fault. And you are a bitter person, and your attitude is deplorable. Setting boundaries from wisdom and not fear. So, because you sat down and you took time with you and you invested time with you, whether you got a therapist, whether you got a coach, whatever it may be, you took time with you so that you could set boundaries from wisdom and not from fear. From wisdom and not from fear. Choosing vulnerability, even though you know the risk. Choosing vulnerability, even though you know the risk. Oh, are we almost at 5? I'm going to stop for just a half a second and let's do some power tapping. How about that? Let's do some power tapping. Have a sip of your tea. Allow you to muse over what has just been said thus far. Have you allowed that pink thing to go awry? And have you said, God's still working on me? Have you said that? Or has someone ever said that to you that just popped off and said everything? And then they expect you to forgive them. Yet they hurt you down beyond the white meat. Expect. How does that feel? Thank you all. I see you tapping. Thank you so very much. Like I said, I'm not going to stay long because tomorrow we've got to, this is just the foundation of your words. And getting an understanding. Always, always, always. Let's get an understanding of how it works. And understanding also that it's not Miss Donna. This comes directly from the Bible. We have so many things to guide us, to help us along the way. And it's in that book that's on your ottoman, on your coffee table that's collecting dust. We don't bother to turn to it. We don't bother to ask for understanding. How do I need to navigate this? Okay. You ready? The danger of premature relationships. The danger of premature relationships. Now, remember when I just said you allow your loins to overrule your better judgment. That's a premature, the danger of premature entry into a relationship. Premature. Many people stumble right here. They enter dating relationships while still controlled by their wounds, hoping the new relationship will heal them. But that places an unfair burden on the other person and usually recreates the same painful pattern. You remember on Sunday I talked about Emotional lifting someone else's. That's not yours to do. That's not yours to do, to help them over that. They need to come healed. You need to be healed. They need to have invested time in you, because the time that you invest in someone that you know is broken and they know that they're broken, you can never get that time back. That time is gone. And when they get on their feet and when they're sturdy enough, most of the time they have no more use for you. Most of the time. You have invested time and effort into them. John J., how are you? Welcome in. You've invested time into that person. And it has been exhausting for you. And they expected you. But you could not find your no. For whatever the reason is, you couldn't find your no. Not understanding that this was not your job. This is a dating situation. This is not an engagement. This is not a marriage. This is just getting to know someone. And they're already broken and they have not healed. And you take it on. It becomes exhausting. You become resentful. Just a plethora of things that go on when you enter a relationship prematurely. You can't ask someone to love you into wholeness. Oh, did you hear what I said? You cannot ask someone to love you into wholeness. That is not their job. That is not their job. And so we hear all of these people around you lending to you. You lend your ear to these persons that say, well, he knew I had gone through this, or she knew I had gone through that. It's not their place. And if you don't remember anything else that I say, it is not their place. It is not. So, what does your partner deserve? We're still talking about your words. What does your partner deserve? Your partner deserves that you take ownership of your healing journey. That you take ownership of your healing journey. Your partner deserves that you can distinguish between your past and your present. This is what your partner deserves. Your partner deserves that you will not make them prove themselves endlessly because someone else failed you. It's too much. It is not yours. Your partner deserves that you will not make them prove themselves endlessly because someone else failed you. It's not their place. Your partner deserves to receive love without suspicion. Without suspicion. And your partner deserves bringing your whole healing self, not just your wounded parts. This is the beginning. Now, what do you deserve? What do you deserve? You deserve to not remain trapped by what was done to you. And the only way you can do that is to invest in you. Invest time sitting down, not in a relationship. You're not ready to be in a relationship. You keep coming out of one failed situation and getting into another situation. And you're expecting someone to do something that they didn't even cause. And you make bad choices. And they can't wait to get away from you because your tongue is so bitter. But you have such unrealistic expectations because someone else failed you. So remember, your words have power. How you speak about your past to yourself and to your partner, it matters. It matters greatly. So, death-dealing words. I'll never trust again. You're not going to trust me because of what Bunquisha did? Really? I'm not going to trust you because what Rodriguez did? Really? Okay. Death-dealing words. Everyone leaves me. Everyone leaves. Well, what kind of statement is that? Everyone? You don't know everyone. You make blanket statements and they're filled with venom. Your words. I'm too broken for real love. So now you just spoke it over yourself. I'm too broken for real love. Oh, woe is me. Do you have some cheese and crackers to go along with that whining? So what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to be a Pam, which is piss and moan? Are you? Or are you going to invest in you? Are you going to stop making someone else's life miserable because you haven't taken time and invested in you? Life-giving words. I've been hurt, but I'm healing. And that needs to go on even further. I've been hurt, but I'm healing. But thank you very much. I'm just not ready right now. Thank you for your sentiments, but I'm just not ready right now. I've been hurt, but I'm healing. I have sought a therapist, or I've sought professional help because I'm in a place right now. But I thank you. I'm learning to trust wisely. But I thank you. I thank you. I'm just not ready. I'm learning to trust wisely. My past, this one is, I've used it. My past does not define my future. My past doesn't define my future. These are life-giving words. I'm speaking over myself. I'm acknowledging that I'm broken. I'm appreciating the fact that you want to spend time with me, but I'm acknowledging I'm not ready yet. And you know what? you're not going to be any worse for wear. As a matter of fact, you're going to be a better person to acknowledge, I really would like to be in a relationship, but I'm not ready yet. I am not ready right now. I've been hurt, but I'm healing. I've just come through a divorce, and I'm healing. I'm taking some time with me. The way you use your words keeps that person from thinking that you're rejecting them. That didn't say any, I've said it over and over again. It's about using I statements. I statements. I am instead of you. You statements are accusatory. But I am being honest with you, and I'm appreciating the fact that you would like to get to know me better. I'm just not in that place. I am not in that place yet. I just recently come out of something, and I'm just not ready. I'm not. I have trust issues because I just came out of something that was devastating. And so I'm having to learn to trust again, wisely. It's a process. And see how that, then the person on the receiving end of you being honest, not allowing your loins to overrule your better judgment. So, and on your own. Absolutely, Kimberly. Absolutely. So, and someone who knows you or who knows what you've been through, it's okay to say, my past does not define my future. It doesn't. And even if you don't say it out loud to someone, say it to yourself. Say it to yourself. I will not allow my, how are you? How are you? I will not allow my past to define my future. I'm broken. I've shared with you all before that I was married at 19. Knew nothing about nothing, but I was married for 23 years. I am since single again. But me being me, knew I was not ready to get out here in this dating climate because it's different. It's different. I've only dated one man, and I was married to that one man for 23 years. So I really don't have a clue. So me getting out here in this dating climate, I'm inviting all of the woolly bullies that smell blood in the water, like piranhas, like a shark. Because when you are still broken, you exude. I'm broken. I'm desperate. I don't know what to do. And you invite a narcissist. You invite toxicity. You don't know what flags to look for. You don't. Me, I decided I didn't know. I don't know. I was married 23 years. I'm a mother now. I need to know something. I need to know who I am. Who are you, Donna? I don't know who I am. So, hey, Tony, how are you? I don't know who I am. So, for me to say to someone and choose my words, I've been hurt, but I'm healing. I'm learning to trust again. I'm learning to trust wisely. Wisely. Instead of projectile vomiting all of your hurt onto someone who didn't fail you because you want to be in a relationship so bad that you don't feel the need to sit still for a half of a second. Sit still. Understand who you are. And when you sit still and get an understanding of who you are, then your words change. And how you speak to someone changes. It makes a difference of how you present yourself. It makes a huge difference. Then you don't have that RBF. I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. You all will not leave me behind. You will not have that resting face, right? Because you don't want to talk. You can't find the words. Why is he looking at me? I can't believe he's looking at me. If anybody's looking at you, you need to be thankful. Thankful. And that's because your words, and because you were broken, and because you have not taken time to sit with you. You don't want to do that. You want to put this off on somebody that didn't fail to you. And then when you put this off on someone that didn't fail you, and it still goes to hell without a basket, then you say, all men are dogs. All women are the B word. All women are the garden tool. And it's because neither one of you took time with you. And so you don't know how to use your words. You don't. You use these words. I'll never trust again. Everyone leaves me, but you don't know at all to make a everyone statement. I'm too broken. What does that mean? Okay, so you're broken. So you're just going to sit there and whine? Are you going to get up off of your laurels and go find someone that will mentor to you, counsel with you? Not everybody. Do you know that I have been doing this? Not here on TikTok, but I have been doing divorce care or relationships in need of repair for now almost 20 years. I started and I did 14 years. Then I told God that I wasn't going to do this anymore. He laughed at me. He put me in timeout until I came to my senses, and I have never, because it was a God assignment, It was a God assignment. I've never charged a dime, but I have stories that make me smile, especially when they took the time. Yeah, that make me smile. Okay, Kimberly, I'm glad you stopped in. Let me just say this, that tomorrow we'll still be on your words, but we're going to talk about misplaced words and bad attitudes. Misplaced words and bad attitudes. So I had to lay this foundation for you first, so you understand what God says about it. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. Yes, Shay, he put me in timeout. He put me in timeout so bad. Baby, when I tell you he put me in timeout, and I heard him say, did I ask you? This is an assignment that I've assigned to you. Did I ask you? Oh, honey, when he set me down, whew, and I was like, did I do that? Who was that little Urkel? Isn't that what he said? Did I do that? I don't know what possessed me to tell the Father that I was not going to do this anymore. I'm not doing it. Well, you see what I'm doing. So, acknowledge your wounds. Acknowledge your wounds while refusing to be ruled by them. Acknowledge your wounds while refusing to be ruled by them. And when you do, it creates deeper intimacy. It creates deeper intimacy. So I can acknowledge I went through something horrific 28 years ago. I was not ready to date. And now these 5 years right now that I've been enjoying dating, I have thoroughly enjoyed dating. You know why? Because I know what my standards are. I've got a list that's branded on my brain, what my standards are. I know what my boundaries are. I know what my preferences are, right? And I know my no. And I know my no. And I know that I don't owe you an explanation for my no, which helps me to date better, not to have unrealistic expectations of anyone. So, did I do it? It's 10:30. Does anyone have any questions before? And I wanted to say this. When you can say, I carry this pain, but I will not let it poison us. I carry this pain, but I will not allow it to poison us. You're offering something rare, authentic vulnerability without being a victim. Without being a victim. When you can offer up that, I carry this pain, but I will not let it poison us, then I'm offering him something rare, my authentic self, my vulnerability, but I am not a victim. I am not a victim. Yeah, because yes, Gwendolyn, I was about to just go say, okay, everyone, good night, because I promise tomorrow is going to be probably longer. Is I'm going to be talking about those words. I'm going to talk about those misplaced words and bad attitudes. R.C. Blake had said, and I had time to sit with him, and I enjoyed his company. He was here in Kentucky, in Lexington, and I went to see him. I'm going to tell you in just a second. I went to see him, and we were talking because I was the president of the singles ministry at my church, and I was telling him about it. And there was things that I was not familiar with. Exactly. I'm going to address that in just a second, so hold on just a second, Wendell. And so R.C. Blake has said, you and I, we are our own personal commercial. You and I, we are our own personal commercial. And with that being said, if you saw your commercial, would you date you? And that means that you need to be honest with yourself. Do you have a mouth that will not quit? How are you presenting yourself? The way you present yourself, ladies, with that, I heard today, because I was just strolling through the streets, right? But I listened to you guys. Not you. It's just a statement. I listened to you guys. And I listened to the men talk about. There was this, they were looking at this movie or this clip. And this woman came out of her mouth with some words that put sailors to shame. And every last one of those men said, she's pretty, but she's a no. A no for me. I wouldn't even consider her because of that pink thing behind her teeth. And the way she said what she said emphatically. She was just all of that in a bag of chips, and you needed to know it when you approached her. You needed to be able to sponsor whatever it was that she needed. Her lace front fix, her nails done, whatever. If she needed some money for the house, you needed to be able to, or if not, it was such an indignant way in which she said the things that she said. And to hear how strong those men said, I wouldn't have any part of her. And the thing is, there is a gentleman that's in here. I don't know if Tony is still in here, but he has said some time ago, and I logged it in. He said, those men who lead with their wallets. So we got women over here expecting And we got men over here that are leading with their wallets. And we got women saying, if he can't do this and this and this, because there are those men that are out there leading with their wallets. And then there are those men that say things about women. And I probably got these numbers all wrong, but that 304 over there or that thought over there, I think I'm saying those words right. I've heard them before. But then there was another dear friend of mine, and he and I were talking about it. And he said, I would never use those words, the B word, any of those words. See, it's the power of the tongue. He said, I would never use any of those words, no matter if she has become delusional. I was with her. I don't like her behavior, but I cannot call her the B word. I can't, because I was with her. Now that takes some cojones for a man to say that and acknowledge that. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. It's your words. Your words. It makes a difference. You know, when the statistics were given that we say, well, I want him to be 6 feet tall and he needs to have a six-pack and he needs to be 6 figures, that in our culture, the likelihood of you getting, it's 15% or lower that in our culture that there are that 6-figured men. Did you know that? Google it. Google it. So you're getting indignant about things that you want. You allow this pink thing just to go amok, and you're saying things. And how is it working for you? You don't have to answer me. How is it working for you? Tomorrow, we will talk about misplaced words and bad attitudes. Honey, that is a combination. And I hope that you will join me tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, it will be 6:30 Pacific, 8:30 Central, and 9:30 Eastern. This is not going to be something that's going to... So, I have chai rooibos. I think that's it. If you've never had, chai is a black tea, and it is absolutely wonderful. Chai rooibos. But you might need a little bit of ginger and lemon tea, because tomorrow is not going to be something that's going to go down easy. But we need to hear it, because if not, we continue to perpetuate the same old, same old. We, as I've said before, we're either attracting, accepting, or choosing that which is familiar. And the outcome is the same. It goes to hell in a handbasket, because you have not gotten back to basics first. Govern this. Govern it. Don't keep talking about, well, God is still working on me. How old are you? And God is still working on you. Have you not stopped and tried to be obedient? Just asking. Are there any questions? I don't want to keep you any longer. I have done an hour. If you have any questions, any questions. This was just to get your feet wet. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. So can we power tap and get to 10,000? Can we power tap and get to 10,000? Let's power tap. Thank you. Let's power tap and get to 10,000. And then we're going to call it a night. Yes, we are. Let's power tap and get to 10,000. Get your daily heart needs. Get all of your points that you're supposed to get. Yeah, let's power tap and let's get to 10,000. And if not, that's okay. I'll be back tomorrow. I will not be put in timeout ever again. If you've never been put in timeout, you don't ever want to be put in timeout. It is not a place that you want to be. No, it's not. Thank you for the gifting. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, that's close. And I don't want to go over. But tomorrow, same back channel. Misplaced words and bad attitudes. The subtopic. The topic is still your words. Your words. Who am I? Thank you. Lady Egypt. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You all are so kind. Thank you for sitting with me. I just knew that I needed to just get you. Of what's to come tomorrow. Now, if you need something stronger than your tea, but yeah, it's gonna be good for you to make us a better person. Online dating, I enjoy it. I did a whole excuse me. I did a whole Zoom for I don't know how many. It's over 20 some ladies on online dating. There are some things that you need to be cognitive of before you decide to online dating. Yeah, there's some things that you should have in mind. First of all, you tell me, what did I say we need to do before we do dating of any kind? Let me see someone put it down in the chat to let me know that you've been paying attention. What's the first thing we need to do? Have what in place? Our what? Standards. We need to have our standards in place. Branded. And what's the next thing that we should have? Boundaries. Boundaries should be in place, whether you're online dating or whether you're... It should be. And your preferences, those are just your wants, and they're negotiable. But your standards and your boundaries must be in place first. They are non-negotiable. You might add to them, but you're never gonna compromise. You're never gonna never. Mm-mm. Never, not on your stand. So those two need to be in place. You need to be mindful about giving out too much information. Your profile should be explicit. This is what you're saying that I'm looking for, or a brief synopsis of who you are. I am true about my age so I'm not trying to catfish anyone. You need to, I say at least one full body picture. You need to have recent pictures on your profile. You do. And not a picture when you were 19 and I gotta scroll through 119 pictures to get to what you look like today. No. You need to put up recent pictures. You need to be mindful of that person that says, I'd like to get to know you better. Where are you from? That is somebody that's across the waters. Mm-hmm. And they be leery of that person that says, can we talk more intimately on WhatsApp? It's one of those across the waters. Now, I don't mean that derogative. I don't, because I date a Nigerian, and he is a gentleman extraordinaire. So, but you need to be mindful. That story, you say, where are you from? They tell you somewhere in the United States. Your question, when they asked you, when they say, I want to get to know you more better, their sentence structure is out there. And so when they say that, you need to ask the question, from what country? What country? And then they will tell you, well, I'm really from Ghana, but I'm living in Texas, but I'm on an oil rig in. No. Reclaim your time, keep it moving. But I do. And every person that I have met online, I've met them in person, face to face, and we are still, and I don't use the word lightly, we are still friends. Mm-hmm. So it can be done successfully. But you can't sound desperate. I don't do plenty of fish. Ever. Never. I don't do, what is that? Christian meat or whatever it is. Honey, that is some of the most, you're going to make me laugh, Shamice. Am I saying your name right? Chesney. You're going to make me laugh. They're some of the thirstiest Christians I've ever seen in my entire life. And they are smoother than snot on a wax floor. Oh my goodness gracious, yes. Chas, Chastity. Chastity. Is that close? Chastity? Chastity. Chastity. Okay. How about if I just call you Chaz? And then I will, until you can come up in the box and tell me. So I hate to mess up her name. Chastity. Chastity. Close. But no rewards. But anyway, uh, there are some that you have to chastity. Was that close? Okay. But you just need to be mindful. You just need to be mindful. Um, for me, I don't text. We're going to text maybe 3 times for me because I hate texting. And then after we text, then I need to hear your voice because that's where the inference is. I'm going to be able, are you able to carry on a conversation with me? I'm going to get to understand your social skills. And when I say talk to me, I need to be FaceTiming you because then I need to see the rest of the story. On TikTok, you can, now Facebook dating, I enjoy Facebook dating. And, yes, BLK, yes. Ask for their numbers. This is what I do. This is just me. Is that after, we're not going to text all day, every day, because I'm protecting my tea. We must always protect our tea. So you don't get to text me, HRU. Oh, that makes my gray hair stand up only. So you know what I look like, right? HRU. Talk to me in complete sentences. Don't send me the little acronyms, please. We're grown folk. So maybe 2 or 3 times. Hey Marvin, how are you? So maybe 2 or 3 times we're going to text back and forth. Maybe. It all depends on how I feel because that's not something that I enjoy doing. The persons that we are still great friends is that I said to them, I don't care to text. And I have a Google phone number, so you don't get my phone number. I have another phone number through Google. And I put that number. And they have 2 days to call me. Thank you, Marvin. Thank you. And they have 2 days to call me. If they do not call me, then they get booped out of the system because I don't call men. I don't. If I am their cup of tea, then pursue me. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. So that's how it goes. And then there's just so many other things that I have in the Zoom that I've done in the Zoom. Like at my age, and you're in your 50s, and you still got little children, thank you, no. Thank you. That is so cute. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. But those there again, that's having your boundaries and your standards, which are non-negotiable. I don't care whether it's dating online or whatever. Those are non-negotiable. And your preferences, those are your wants, not your needs. So know the difference and have them in place. I hope I've answered all of your questions. But don't forget tomorrow. Tomorrow is still your words, but the subtopic is misplaced words and bad attitudes. Your tone and how you are presenting yourself. So, until tomorrow, 6:30 Pacific, 8:30 Central, and 9:30 Eastern. Thank you all, and good night.